So as a result of having a real guitar as a controller, they claim they've been able to court musicians that would not be associated with these goddamn plastic guitar games. So they've announced 3 exclusive artists: Eric Clapton, Dave Matthews Band, and Kid Rock.
Wow.
Finally.
And a man stood on stage, and as he was like listing this stuff off, he actually stopped and said, "No one is more authentic than Kid Rock." Those words came out of a man's mouth, and I'm pretty sure he was serious.
Or like invisible drums? Or...
Brad has had enough.
Brad's leaving. Brad is stepping away from the microphone.
He is walking away.
And you know what? I don't blame him.
Vomiting in a corner.
If I didn't have to sit here and keep monitoring this podcast, I would leave too at hearing such an audaciously bullshit.
No one! I don't know.
No one.
Can you name any one musician or otherwise that's more authentic than Kid Rock?
Does it have to be a musician?
I don't know.
You don't even have to.
Like maybe Uncle Cracker. Uncle Cracker's pretty. He's up there.
I'm saying, like, can we go outside the realm of musicians if I'm trying to get...
I mean, if you need to clarify
for authenticity.
He's just still going to win.
Like, it was one of those things that, like, as soon as it came out of his mouth, like, I wrote it down and put it in quotes, and then was, like, probably, like, visibly convulsing, trying to not fucking lose it and start laughing.
Entirety,
like, oh my God, really?
The entirety of the Dave Matthews Band, I wonder how they feel about that comment. Like, being mentioned in the same breath and then being one-upped.
Well, in the press release, there's quotes from
Dave
Kid
Matthews
Rock,
Band.
And there's one that's just attributed to Dave Matthews Band. Like, did they all stand together and say it out loud? It doesn't say Dave Matthews. It's like, said Dave Matthews Band.
Whatever.
We love being a part of video games, said Dave Matthews Band.
Well, that's at least pulling back the curtain and being a little honest there in its own way.
Yeah, it's like...
Publicists wrote all this. No one has ever said any of these words out loud.
Except when reading it aloud. It sounds like something I would say. Go for it.
The Blowfish.
And that was just like, I got this email from my publicist.
Is it cool if we run this?
Yeah, okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so...
Whatever, maybe Kid Rock will be at E3.
So the drum thing sounds like...
I don't even, like, hate Kid Rock. Like, that's the... it's like, I'm not a huge Kid Rock fan, but the man has made some decent music.
Sure.
But
the
assertion that I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of that presentation.
Does it mean that he's like a rebel and he doesn't put up with bullshit?
It means he's authentic.
It means that, like, there's an authenticity
like
to
real
him.
butter? Like this is...
He's no country crock. All right.
He is not the Cool Whip of
no.
the dairy industry.
The quote from him says something like, not wanting to, no one's having a good time pressing buttons on a guitar, something like that.
Maybe he gave them the most shit. And like that was just like their kind of backhanded compliment, or just like a backhanded thing. That's trust me, nobody's more authentic than this
from the headaches
asshole.
That fucking guy has given us. No one's more authentic than.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked to have entered into a relationship with Kid Rock.
He has made sure everything.
If being a pain in the ass equals authenticity,
listen, we used to have real fucking drums.
No one,
and then he got involved.
No one is more authentic.
We had a bass.
That's right, Brad. We're still on
this.
Wait a
minute. You're still...
No one is more authentic.
With Kid Rock?
Have you thought of anyone who's more authentic than Kid Rock, Brad?
I'm leaving again.
I was not at...
Is anyone more authentic than Kid Rock?
No.
All right.
If you need that question answered, then you'll want to pick this game up. Because if you have any doubts about Kid Rock's authenticity... Power chord, rise of the SixString.
Word on the street is that no one is more authentic.
PowerGig. Whatever. I already forgot.
PowerGig.
The dumb name of the
PowerGig intercat, one word.
Oh, okay.
Rise of the SixString. SixString, also one word, intercat.
Fall of the Jamsticks.
Yes.
All right.
The Ballad of Kid Rock.
Let's stop talking about anything else, Jeff, that you can now talk about that you couldn't talk about before.
Cowboy.
It's like the voice of God. It's like...
I was not at the Sony press conference last year, so I thought maybe this had something to do, like some guy named Zeke that was like awful at the Sony press conference. What?
While we're talking about that press conference, odds on Kevin Butler appearing?
I think 100%.
Appearing, if not emceeing.
I think he will be there in one form or another.
But like, do you think live on stage or just on video? I think it's guaranteed.
Guaranteed in a like video clip of him being all Kevin Butlery.
He's probably LA based, don't you think?
Yeah, I just wonder if he's good enough to pull it off on stage.
Maybe.
Man, he could really tarnish the reputation of that character. If he showed up live and then failed to perform.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I'd like to know who it is that's actually writing the Kevin Butler Twitter account.
That thing's been pretty bold.
It has.
Here and there.
Yeah, it's kind of a little. It's so weird.
They talked a little smack about Red Dead at one point. Yeah, they did.
But it's also like it's clearly like someone is talking about themselves on that account as though they are Kevin Butler. But it clearly is also someone who is, community management or PR related. It's odd. It is a weird Twitter account to follow just because of the way it presents itself like that. All right, so Infamous 2 announced.
No one is more authentic than Kevin Butler.
That I'll agree with.
Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock.
Except Jack Tretton.
Announced.
Word. Forget about authenticity, just straight up realist motherfucker on the block. Come out here, kick facts, and then get the fuck out of here.
This just seems like, whatever. And, they've got... I don't know if they've got a partial track list here, and it's, ZZ Top, Slayer, Silver Sun Pickups, Rolling Stones, Queen.
Why Gene Simmons?
Muse, because he's a rocker. He's a rocker that people know of.
He's a name. Yeah, like who?
But it's a name.
Who would you get?
To narrate it?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman? I don't know.
He's not a rocker.
Doesn't matter.
Electric Company kind of rocked, but he's not a rocker.
it grooves. But I'm saying,
well done.
Would you ever recognize Gene Simmons' voice?
Yes.
Yeah. You would, really?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He has a creepy, awful voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why would you
that's the point.
that?
If they're trying to make some dark, fucking
get Tom
goth.
Waits. I'd love Tom Waits narrator.
I'd like to think that Tom Waits would say, "Fuck no."
Because you need someone that's
Ace Frehley.
Because you need someone that's shameless.
He's been out of the band for years.
And no one is more shameless. No one is more authentically shameless than Gene Simmons.
And Kid Rock was already spoken for. So
I met Gene Simmons one time.
You know what? He probably has.
They should have got Paul Stanley.
Gene Simmons. You're not right. You should have gotten Pat Francis doing Paul
Pat
Stanley.
Francis.
Yeah.
You got 9 thumbs on that phone. I'm not gonna do someone else's impression of an impression. That's pretty fucking shameless.
I don't know. I think I heard the Screened podcast doing that exact same earlier. So we're on a roll now.
Right. Now you have to. Okay, so you have to go buy Game Informer and subscribe to the Never Not Funny podcast. I guess that's by law. We have to say that
for the things that we've stolen from them. Absolutely. I'm hoping that these are just the songs that they announce early to just try and we just need to drum up as much general interest as we can. So songs that you know the names of if you aren't into rap.
Tupac's "I Get Around" is in there.
That's a great song. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
I think what will really help them is if they could get a little Kid Rock in there,
just for authenticity.
Right. Unfortunately, he is
spoken for,
tied up with other interests.
$5 for this HD, $15 for DVR, $20 so it smells good. It's crap.
Does it smell very clean?
It's all right.
Good to hear. All right, moving on from stuff that's tangentially video game related.
Nothing is more authentic than Xfinity.
What about the PSP Go?
All right, you got me.
How authentic is that?
All the way.
On your authenticity scale.
It is the Kid Rock of handheld devices.
So last week, DSiWare. We've got Flame Tail from Nintendo. 1 player, 500 DSi points.
TALE or TAIL?
TAIL. Don't Cross the Line from Axis Games.
What is that game about?
What?
What is Flame Tail about?
It's about a tail that's on fire. Come on, keep up.
Duh.
Don't Cross the Line from Axis Games. 1 player, 200 DSi points.
So like light cycles?
You don't cross the line.
Okay.
Again.
This stuff's pretty self-explanatory.
It's actually the prequel to Spec Ops: The Line. Because in Spec Ops: The Line, you probably cross the line.
Fire Panic from Playtainment. 1 player, 200
that one,
DSi points.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Wait, Fire Panic?
Fire Panic. You're stressed out. You are under duress because of fire. That actually also is a prequel to Flame Tail. So
Okay.
those two figure into each other. Flips the Magic Faraway Tree. That's more of that bullshit.
Sure.
EA.
The long-running Flips series.
Yes, for 500 DSi points. Apparently those are all, that's all, yeah, Saucepan Man is back in your face. You know, Silky the Fairy.
Oh, Thilky the Fairy.
Thilky the Fairy. My man, Thothpan Man.
Thothpan Man. Backhand your ass. No one is more authentic than Thothpan Man. That's motherfucker.
That's it for DSiWare.